Welcome back to the part 2 of the T4 window installation thingy. We're about to go inside and see if the window's stuck or if it's fallen on the floor and smashed. If it's fallen on the floor and smashed, we could stick the next one back in, so it's not the end of the world, but it will suck. So it's not going to happen though. I figured I'd record us walking in there, so here we go. It's going to be a bit dark because there's no lights at the moment. So I've got to grab my car keys so the car doesn't get stolen. Alright, I'll do my face first.
Probably really messy.
Oh wow.
Where's the light switches? Oh, it's on this.
Alright. Okay, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look.
I can see a window. And it's in one piece.
Oh shit! This is how you clickbait a video, because in my last video I said I was going to come here and check to see the window was stuck, and I had my doubts. I had a lot of doubts actually. So we're going to go and get the other window, we're going to lay it on the floor, and I'm literally going to walk in and be like, what the fuck? And then shoot the window that's on the floor. Just for the last video. And then we're going to get on with making this actual video.
I'm pretty sure we're done with it. I bet.
Do you want to take the other drill battery? Should we put the glass inside that rubber thing so it's easier to carry?
I don't think we should. Because they're pockets, and then we won't actually be holding onto the glass, we'll be holding onto the pocket.
Oh, how do I hold onto this camera in the glass?
Which one?
Don't drop it. Is it? And there's nothing else we need? Nothing.
Not that I know of.
Sweet. Okay, take one, marker, and action. Right. And then let's just try this. You have to say, you're not gonna like this, mate, as I'm walking through the door, okay? Like, you be like there, okay? Yeah. Be like that. Okay. This is so... I figured I'd record my reaction to it anyway. Jake's in there. Wait, no, this is unnatural. Wait a minute. Wait till I walk in and then just say it, okay? Something. I think you're joking. How did that happen? Wait, it's not even smashed. That's... Look, it's still in there. That probably means that it's stuck in there for good. Which is pretty crazy that we were able to do something. We left everything open. We left the door like completely open. Alright, so here's what it looks like from the inside. Boom, boom. Wow, that like... Okay.
There was some tension on that.
This was stuck like right here. So obviously there was probably a little bit of tension in it. Snapped back. But hey, yours stayed. Not very well.
Don't push it.
Oh, I presumed it was going to be a much simpler process than this.
Oh, I thought it was going to be harder. As long as it took, yeah, hell yeah. This is the tutorial on how to fit glass into the side of a T4 transporter. It's not an actual tutorial, it's just exactly what we did. It's our exact process, which seems to have worked for that side. Are you ready? Alright, so we're literally just about to start this. Just want to stress, it is a tutorial on how we did it. This might not even be the right way.
I wouldn't even use the term tutorial.
This is
how we did it.
This is how we did it, alright? It's a step-by-step what we did when we installed a window into the side of this exact 1997 T4. Yeah, so here we go.
1997?
I think so.
Okay, so now it's time for the tutorial-y type bit that we've put together a couple of clips for you to follow if this is what you're doing, or just watch along and look at our exact process, and you know, you can judge us along the way or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, let's start. First we start by taking this little black handle off. I realised that it doesn't come off too easily, so I sort of left it hanging there, which is fine to do. So undo the 2 screws and just leave it hanging. Then you need to drill a hole in each corner of the bit you're cutting out. They need to be big enough to fit your cutting tool through. It's absolutely imperative that you do this from the inside out, because the proportions this side, especially the door side, are a little bit different to the other side. So do it inside out, trust me. This is what 4 holes in the side of a van looks like, in case you didn't know. Now, as long as you don't go too close to the edge, you're cool to cut this from the outside or the inside. I found the outside was way better because the noise inside is incredible. You're literally inside a tuna can that's just rattling around. So yeah, big headaches. Also, must stress, always wear eye protection. I didn't for the first bit, so don't kill me. But yeah, wear eye protection because like metal flicks and all that sort of things. Just as you're finishing cutting out the window, you want to have a buddy there that can just grab the bit of metal, unless you don't mind scratches down the side of your van, because that thing will just fall straight through and ruin your whole day. Hello. And that's what the hole in the side of the van looks like. It's very imperfect, it's very ugly, but the next step is to clean it up. If your parents ever told you pointing is rude, just know it's acceptable in a tutorial. Basically, you want to follow this line from the inside out. Unfortunately, you have to be inside the van to do this because you have to follow this line very precisely. We found the metal super flimsy, so one of us held some grips on it while the other one cut it out. And is he wearing like a fireman's hat or something? I don't know. They just want to clean off the edges to get it looking as square as possible. I didn't actually get a shot from the outside of the van after we'd like perfected it, but just trust me when I say it looked good. Right, so this is the heartbreaking bit. This is the bit we didn't really know about the day before when we did the other side. But basically these two bits of metal here need to meet. So there's a slight curve on the outside bit of the metal. So you want to hit that repetitively until it's almost flush, or until it is actually flush against the inner lip. Being careful not to damage the inner lip, even though we did a little bit, but we polished it out after. One thing I'd definitely recommend is putting some masking tape around the bits of your van that you don't want to get dirty. I kind of forgot about that, but yeah, here's the finished product, and it looks way better than I expected actually.
All right, so we're this far into it, and we are ready to weld the two bits of metal together. There's two things you can do on this bit. You can either weld them, what's it called, tack weld them together, like we're gonna do, or you can buy like sealant and glue the two seams together, but that takes so long, so we're obviously just gonna tack it. And yeah, another thing to be mindful of, this is like the second time Jake has ever used a welder. I had a go at it yesterday, so I'm not in a position to judge because I'm terrible. We've sanded down like tiny little bits where we're going to tack it together, and then like the sides which don't quite marry up, but we've hit as much as we possibly can. But yeah, next step is welding. How excited are you that we've progressed this fast? Where were we? How long yesterday?
How long have we been here?
We've been here for an hour and a half. Hour and 37 minutes to be exact.
We probably hadn't even cut the side first. We hadn't even probably cut the van out yet.
I don't think so. Okay, this is exciting.
There we go. As I just said, you want to do a little bit of tack welding and then clean it out with a sander or something after, just so it doesn't stick out like crazy. If like me, you're doing this with another person, then the person that can't weld gets this job because it's one of the worst. This is where you have to fit the rubber around the window. Maybe I'm being biased because I did it, but it's generally the hardest thing in the world. Anyway, so the bit with the lip, as you can see on the left-hand side, that needs to go inside the window. It's easy to spot the inside of the window because it's kind of like matte black as opposed to gloss black on the outside. And then obviously the logo is on the bottom left inside. If you're looking from the outside, it's the bottom right. And you want to start this seal from the bottom. I started it right in the middle. But yeah, it's dead important. You start it from the bottom and that lip is on the inside of the window. Another quick tip for fitting this rubber is I found it easy to like curve the rubber and then feed it onto the window like that. It still took ages and it hurts your hands like crazy, but that's definitely the easiest way that I found to do it. After you fitted the rubber, cut it to size. Just knock it with a little rubber mallet, gently, of course, because it is glass and it will smash, just to make sure that that rubber is completely secure. If you got the same kit I did, which there is the link for in the description, you should get some surface primer wipes. Swipe down the surface around the window for that. You want to get rid of as much dead paint as you can, because obviously you don't want that underneath your window. And then use the normal body primer, also included, to just prime around that area of the window as much as you can without letting it leak or anything like that. I don't really know why, but the instructions said this. So you want to put some primer on the window, but make sure obviously it's not on the bit that people are going to see. Now, if anything's going to possibly ruin your whole process, it's this bit right here. This is the last chance for something to go incredibly wrong. And because on this side, the metal on the side of the windows was slightly bigger than the other side, me and Jake made the joint decision that we would do 2 runs with this, with the sealant that comes with the set. And this is the exact look on Jake's face as soon as he realised that we've actually ran out.
That can't be, that is not it.
Yeah, it is.
What? We can't do it.
Then just like with every aspect of our lives, we got super lucky and actually had some other sealant laying around that was compatible for the job. However, I wouldn't recommend using anything but what they supply. And the big tip they give you, and you should pay attention to, and it worked fine for the other side, is do it in one single run, one swoop. Don't stop, don't do double runs, don't do anything like that. And then it'll work out just fine. And this is pretty much the end. Just watch as we place the window on its holder. We went from the top down to the bottom. So we lined up at the top and then pushed down the bottom, if that makes any sense at all. Whereas with the other side, we actually went from bottom to top. We kind of just tried both, and either work out just fine. We then basically clamped the window down because this other sealant that we use doesn't set in an hour. The one that Camping Glass supply say that you can drive away within an hour, but I haven't tested it or anything, so I'd just leave it if you can overnight. We clamped it down as much as we possibly could. Apparently all you need to do is just tape at the top and the sides so it doesn't drop down overnight or while it's drying, and you should be fine.
All right, that's it, we're done. Obviously we leave that set, so we're just gonna leave it here all night. We've set up on the inside, let me show you. It's pretty jank. It's not part of the recommendation or anything, but I'm sure it helps. There's two like suction things on the actual window, and they're being pulled by a lot of tension to the other side of the van. They keep coming unstuck, but we'll make sure before we leave that they're 100% stuck on. Yeah, so that's that. And the total fitting time was 3.5 hours in total, and I think we ended this, we did rush the last bit just a little bit, didn't we? We did everything correctly, but we rushed the last bit just a bit. But that's mainly because, I don't know, we just, it's late, all right? But yeah, so I do hope you enjoyed that small tutorial. Again, it's not really a tutorial, it's just how I did it. And you know, if you need help, maybe you'll follow that. Because I couldn't find any videos on how to do it, so maybe, I don't know. Okay, so I have to help Jake clean up, otherwise I can't just walk around with a camera. We have a lot to clean up inside the van as well. There's so much more I want to do to this van, but we'll definitely make more videos on that sort of stuff. Thanks for watching this video though, and thank you Jacob for your help as always. And thanks Transport HQ were who I went to get the windows, because I wanted the right fit, if you know what I mean. And they did warn me before that the T4 is one of the harder ones to fit windows in. It's just a bit of a pain, and I can't imagine having to do the thing where you glue the seals, glue the, what are they called? You glue the skins together.
Yeah.
Tack welding them was definitely a way.
Did you say Transport HQ told you this was a harder one to do?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to tell you that, was I?
Jesus.
And what am I supposed to do? Buy another van? To be fair, I think I knew that before I got the van. But I was never going to buy a different van. Hell yeah. Hell no. Cool. Well, thanks for watching. Click thumbs up, do a subscribe, follow me on Instagram. And Jake, can you just show your t-shirt please? Because you're wearing new merch. Dun, dun, dun. And these flies are undone.
Mate, they're always undone.
Why?
It's like 5 times today someone's told me they're undone.
It's the torn design, but on a black t-shirt, which a couple of people requested, and I don't know why I didn't launch it when I launched the black on white. So, white on black, available now, Stardubs.co.uk, and plenty more random stuff. Thanks for watching. Yeah, love you, bye. Jake, say bye. Bye. Mate, that's a lot of effort. Oh shit, the camera's still on.